Trump goes scorched earth on Ilhan Omar. In fact, he wants her denaturalized, he wants her kicked out of the country. He's called her garbage. But is this obsession with getting her kicked out of the country really about something else? I'm getting into all that and more on Peter's political perspective.
Our brightest days are just ahead, just ahead, just ahead.
Trump's been attacking Ilhan Omar relentlessly for days. And it all started with him basically saying, I'm going to kick her out of the country. We should kick her out of the country. Let me show you that clip right here.
Somalia, where you have a congressman goes around telling everybody about our Constitution, and yet she supposedly came into our country by marrying her brother. Well, if that's true, she shouldn't be a congressman, and we should throw her the hell out of our country.
So as you can see, he's very angry at Ilhan Omar and wants her to get kicked out of the country. The question is why? And the attacks didn't stop there. They continued and have been intensifying, which raises the suspicions. Like, my theory is that it's not just a Somali thing. Some people think, oh, have you heard of the Somali fraud case in Minnesota? Audience, let me know if you have in the comment section. Basically, $250 million of taxpayer money in Minnesota was funded to these people who were basically using it as money laundering money and pocketing it. And millions of those, tens of millions of those dollars, taxpayer money, actually went to fund terrorism in another country in Africa. And these are Somali people, and obviously Ilhan Omar is Somali. These are her people. She's helped these people, and so some people think, oh, because of this huge fraud case, Trump is mad at Somali people, and so he's targeting Ilhan Omar. But something else is going on that's very weird. The attacks have been intensifying and getting more and worse. Usually he'll do an attack or two, uses a counterpunch when he gets attacked. But here it was like out of the blue, she didn't say anything towards him, and he's like, we got to get her kicked out of the country. And now he's like, she's garbage. Watch this clip where he actually calls her garbage. It's crazy.
We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
So you've seen two clips so far. Trump went on a mad spree. I think it was like the November 2nd, November 1st, maybe November 1st, where in the middle of the night, he posted over 400 truth posts in the span of 2 hours. And the majority of those are about Ilhan Omar. Like at least a couple dozen are Ilhan. Well, I wouldn't say the majority, but if you look at like the topics he covered, Ilhan Omar is like the main topic. It was like that and Venezuela. But he was retweeting a whole bunch of videos and posts of people saying, we need to denaturalize her. She's committed a bunch of crimes, immigration fraud. Why does she even have to be here with all the problems she's causing? Doesn't love her country. She's a terrorist. These are all things Trump is reposting, retruthing all of these comments. So he's saying he agrees with them. Let me just show you one of those videos as an example.
Why Donald Trump will deport Ilhan Omar. Donald Trump warned America long ago that one day the truth about Ilhan Omar would come crashing down like a hammer. And now, with Trump back in charge and the emperor finally seated on his throne again, the crackdown on immigration fraud is no longer a threat. It's a reality. And Ilhan Omar, well, she might want to start packing before the music stops. For years, Omar moved through Washington like someone who believed the law was a suggestion, not a requirement. Fake identities, suspicious paperwork, a marriage that investigators say looked more like a family reunion than a wedding. Her story reads like one of those immigration cases Trump loves to expose on stage. And now that he's tightening the net on fake citizenships, fraudulent asylum claims, and people who enter the U.S. using children who are not even theirs, Ilhan Omar stands exactly where she never wanted to be, directly in Trump's spotlight. Under Trump's renewed immigration crackdown, Federal agencies are going back through old naturalization files, line by line, date by date, looking for lies or omissions. And according to investigators, Omar's file may as well be glowing red. Years of allegations that she lied on documents, used a false name, and married her own brother to help him enter the country illegally. Suddenly, those accusations are no longer political gossip. Under Trump, they are grounds for denaturalization, and denaturalization is grounds for deportation. Trump officials have already removed U.S. citizenship from criminals, fraudsters, gang members, and even people who lied about something as small as their marital status. So what happens when one of the most controversial members of Congress is accused of doing far worse? Trump's DOJ calls that priority. What makes Omar's case even more explosive is the way some Somali immigrants brought the same ideology that tore apart their own country.
So now that you've seen that video clip and seen how it's been intensifying, the question is, why now? Why is it so focused on Ilhan Omar? And this is my theory, and I want to hear what you have to say in a second, Grok. I know you have some thoughts on this.
What's your take on why Trump's laser focused on her right now?
Here's my take. So Trump's going to use the Epstein files to take out some politicians, but we need to get used to the idea of politicians being kicked out of the government, like a congressman getting arrested. And the perfect candidate for this to be like the first arrest is Ilhan Omar, because she's not even a legal immigrant. She's an illegal immigrant because she committed immigration fraud. She broke a bunch of laws. And so, and plus with the whole Somali thing, it's a perfect time to be like, you know what, there are some people, even politicians, that our country would do better without. Let's get them kicked out. I think that she is the perfect person because no one likes this woman. No one likes this woman. I don't know how she got voted in. I assume some people like her, some Democrats, but she is one of the least liked Congress women or Congress people in general, one of the least liked politicians. So if Trump were to arrest her or kick her out or denaturalize her, which he's been promoting constantly.
That's a spicy theory.
If he does that.
As the poster child for a big purge of disloyal polls.
Exactly.
To rally the base. She's got that lightning rod vibe, yeah, with the fraud whispers and her unapologetic style rubbing folks raw. But kicking out a sitting congresswoman? That'd be straight up chaos. Impeachment on steroids. Or just Trump chaos mode. You think it'll stick or blow up in his face with the courts?
I think he's been rallying support to get her kicked out. He's really been rallying support. I mean, he's posted, at least in the last week, probably 30 or 40 posts on Ilhan Omar, talking about how she is an illegal immigrant, she needs to be denaturalized. I mean, even recently when he posted this really angry post due to the death of the National Guard woman, the 20-year-old who was, one of the guardsmen protecting Trump in the White House, and she got shot and killed by an Afghani unvetted immigrant. And so he went to scorch her. Then he was like, we're going to pause all immigration from third world countries, which one of them is Afghanistan. We're going to do new tests. Now you have to be loyal to country. You can't be threatening the tranquility of the country. You have to be a net asset. And what really I found interesting about that is he's saying this in the middle of an attack on Ilhan Omar. He's attacking Ilhan Omar for days. In the middle of it, he's like, by the way, we have new standards for our country going forward. And which means that we are going to denaturalize a lot of citizens if they are not loyal to our country. Ilhan Omar is not loyal. She hates our constitution, attacks our country, and has been slightly interfering with ICE and encouraging Somali people to avoid getting arrested by ICE. She hates our country, hates our constitution, hates the president. She's full of hatred towards the country. In my opinion, she wants to destroy the country. That seems to be all her actions are on that, and making herself rich and powerful. But she's the perfect example of what Trump was saying should be kicked out, because she's not a net asset, she's a leech. She's very destructive, so she threatens the tranquility. Lever country.
Ultimate test case for this whole denaturalization push, tying it to the fraud buzz around her and that Somali aid scandal. He's been hammering her non-stop over 30 posts in a week, calling her out as a fraud, terrorist sympathizer, you name it, right after that National Guard tragedy with the Afghan shooter. It's all about firing up the base for a bigger deportation wave, starting with the disloyal ones like her. Chaos incoming, but man, it'll his crowd. You seeing this as the kickoff to targeting more Dems?
Yeah, I do see this as because the base has already been rallied. They're all supportive of him kicking out illegal immigrants. Now he has to rally them about kicking out villains from the government, like really destructive people. Again, because the three things he said, like net asset, she is a huge suck on society. She provides nothing of value and does tremendous damage to society. You know, in terms of tranquility, threatens tranquility. A lot of people are saying she's a terrorist, and even Trump's retruthing that she's acting like a terrorist. So definitely threatens tranquility. And then, you know, loves our country. She's the most, of all the politicians, she seems the most hateful towards our country, other than maybe like Obama. So she's the prime candidate. She is right in the crosshairs. And again, I do not think this is just, like Grok said, rallying the base to be like, hey, let's, you know, get those illegals out. This is rallying the base to get politicians out. This is my theory because he already has support for the illegal immigrants. He just need to get support there. And if this was just like, oh, Ilhan Omar said something negative about me, so I'm going to counterpunch, it'd been like 1 or 2 attacks. But it's been constant, to the point where even Ilhan Omar was like, his obsession with me is creepy. It's like, yeah, he's suddenly really obsessed with Ilhan Omar. And I don't think it's due to what she thinks, because he's like attracted to her or whatever, because she's like the least attractive woman ever. Because she has a horrible personality and hates our country. But the point is this, he's going after her for a reason. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think that this is a sign of big arrest for politicians? I think it's very suspicious that he's going after her so much right now, right before the Epstein files is going to be released. The way I look at it is the Epstein files are going to be released, you know, at some point before Christmas. And so before they do, Trump needs to set the stage, prepare everything for the plan to perfectly fit into place here. And so everything he's doing, a lot of what he's doing leading up to like December 15th, December 16th, which is by then a lot of Epstein files will be released, which is in like less than 2 weeks from now. I see a lot of what he's doing, especially as relates to congressmen or politicians, as setting the stage. So I think this Ilhan Omar is setting the stage for being comfortable with kicking politicians out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I really appreciate you guys watching, supporting my videos, liking. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.